Hey guys, Dr. Childs here. Today we're going to talk about how to take your levothyroxine correctly because many of you are not doing this, and not taking your levothyroxine correctly may lead to that medication not working and you experiencing the symptoms of hypothyroidism despite doing everything right. So let's make you a levothyroxine pro right now. And by the way, you might find that some of these recommendations you never heard about, and if that's the case, let me know below. The first thing you need to know is that you should be taking your levothyroxine away from all supplements and all medications by at least 30 to 60 minutes. This is because medications and supplements and even food can interfere with levothyroxine absorption. There is one exception to this rule, and that is if you are taking iron or calcium. If you are taking either of these, then you must separate your levothyroxine dose from these supplements by 4 hours. That's because calcium and iron bind to and inactivate levothyroxine inside of the intestinal tract. Other ingredients found in supplements can do the same thing, but not to the same degree. That's why you don't have to wait quite as long. If you wanted to be on the ultra safe side, then waiting 4 hours for any supplement and any medication is okay to do, but it's overkill for most people. Number 2, make sure you take your thyroid medication at the same time every single day. This brings consistency to your thyroid medication dose and consistency to your thyroid hormone blood level. This means you will be getting even cellular activation of thyroid hormone and more sustained symptomatic control. Number 3, make sure you take it away from food, ideally on an empty stomach. Physiologically speaking, it takes your stomach 2 to 4 hours to empty. So that means you want to take your levothyroxine at least 2 hours away from your last meal. Most people are just fine using the 2-hour mark, but if you have some known issue like gastroparesis, then waiting 4 hours is probably safe. Number 4, try your best to never miss a dose. It's not the end of the world if you miss a dose, but you'll notice that your doctor will not have you make up that dose. They'll just have you skip it. And skip doses over a long period of time can reduce your total concentration of thyroid hormone in the blood, which will impact that activation on your cells. Ultimately, this may make you more symptomatic long term. And number 5, in terms of liquid, always take levothyroxine with water. Don't take it with coffee, don't take it with juice, don't take it with any other liquid, stick to water. There are a couple other things that you should be aware of which are a little bit more nuanced. Number 1, levothyroxine can be taken with other thyroid medications and other thyroid hormones. This may seem contradictory because I just told you never take it with other medications or supplements, but there are some thyroid medications that have multiple thyroid hormones built into them. Medications like Armour Thyroid contain T4, T3, and T2. So when you take Armour Thyroid, you're taking all of those at once. If you're taking something like levothyroxine and you also have a prescription for liothyronine, you can take those two things at the same time. Even though you can do it, it doesn't mean that you should. Some people will experience better results by splitting them apart. And number 2, you should know that thyroid medication can be taken at any time during the day. As long as you are following the rules I listed above, it's okay to take your levothyroxine at lunch or even in the evening. In fact, there's been at least one study that showed that patients who took their levothyroxine in the evening had better thyroid hormone levels. If you're going to do it after dinner, again, wait that 2-hour mark so that your stomach can empty. But don't think that you somehow have to take your levothyroxine in the morning. That recommendation is made because as soon as you wake up, guess what? Your stomach is empty, so you don't have to really worry about food. Following these tips and tricks will help get you the best results possible when taking levothyroxine, and they can be applied to any other thyroid medication as well. If you're taking levothyroxine and you feel that it isn't working for you, I'd recommend checking out this video next, which talks about the best and cleanest thyroid medications on the market.